going to the gym, having a balanced diet, exercising, gratitude, practicing self-love, doing some personal development, listening to podcasts. You're not doing that every second of the day. Much like the same thing that you're not supposed to be around people all the time. A little bit of connection, interaction, great. But you also have to exercise into your lifestyle, into your routine, a little bit of solitude, a little bit of experience where you are with yourself. What's up, guys? Welcome back to another podcast episode on the Luke Mind Power podcast. Wherever you're watching, I appreciate you. Thank you so much for joining us. Thank you so much for sharing my podcasts with all your friends, for your comments on YouTube, Facebook, TikTok, Instagram, wherever you're tuning in right now on the Apple Podcast platform or Spotify. I appreciate you all. Maybe you're on Amazon or Stitcher. But nevertheless, wherever you are around the world, thank you for tuning in. I appreciate you. And please, guys, don't forget to leave a 5-star rating and a review on the Apple Podcast platform or Spotify. It means the universe to me to know that you guys appreciate my work, and it also helps me to reach more people by the reviews that you leave on those platforms. So please do leave a review on the Apple Podcast platform and Spotify as well. But anyway, it's been an amazing journey here in living in Poland. It's actually been a real blessing to reconnect with my family. There's a lot of family that I've got in Poland as well that I have been reconnecting with. And I think the biggest lesson that I'm learning, and this is something that you guys hear me talk about a lot, is solitude, is spending time with myself, spending time with yourself, building a stronger, loving relationship with yourself. It's like, well, how do you build a relationship with yourself? Well, it's like, well, you spend time with yourself. Well, how do you build a relationship with someone else? We spend time with them. And I've noticed that a lot of us, in working with a lot of my group coaching clients and private clients, that, we are codependent. We're relying on other people. We're relying on something outside of ourselves to make us feel like we're okay. And this is definitely something for me that I've had to learn as well, because at the beginning, I remember the Luke Mind Power podcast was always about solitude. It was always about spending time with yourself. It was always about investing into yourself. And it's okay to be single. It's okay to not be in a relationship. It's okay to be in a relationship with yourself and all that kind of stuff. So I know I was pushing a lot of that, solitude and relationship with yourself and all that kind of stuff. But what I've learned over the last 6 months, living in Dubai, I went through an uncomfortable experience for about a week or so when I was living in Dubai, because I was by myself. And I got through into this routine where I started to feel uncomfortable because I was like, something feels off. Felt like something was missing. I was becoming more drained. I was overworking myself. I was podcast after podcast, coaching session after coaching session, phone call after phone call, email after email, content after content. And what I learned from this experience, because I started having, panic attacks, and I was losing, what I was losing? I was losing mental precision. I would be speaking about something and then all of a sudden my mind would go blank, or I'd forget what I was talking about. And I started paying attention to that, because I was like, damn, what is that? Why am I having this kind of moment where I'm not able to process my thoughts correctly? It was interesting because it also helped me become aware that, hey, you need a balance in your life. You need to have your routine. You need to have human connection, which is one of the things I want to talk to you about right now. It's because I've always talked about the relationship with yourself and spending time with yourself. But we are emotional beings, and we have been created to be connected with others as well. So as much as, that's why you see people hugging trees, connected people. We have pets, dogs, animals, in our house, because it's connection. And so that's one thing that I've learned that actually creates more stability in our life, is the fact that we have to have a balance to have human connection, or connection even with animals as well, or with nature, for example. But it is definitely the human connection that I knew that I got to a point when I was living in Dubai where I was like, I'm missing something. It's almost like you think about an engine in a car. Say it's 6 cylinders and they're all pumping, spark plugs are all working, it's all pumping, blah, 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 whatever. And I got to this point where I realized that one of the pistons wasn't firing anymore. Everything else was good, but that particular piston had stopped moving, and I didn't know what it was. And so I was losing mental clarity. I wasn't having that precision. I was feeling anxious at times. I was feeling drained. I wasn't as energetic. I wasn't feeling as positive. And I realized what it was, and that's why I was actually looking forward to coming to Poland and spending time with my sister, my nephew, my niece, some family, and meeting family that I hadn't seen for a while. And that's exactly what it was. It was human connection, because because I was spending so much time with myself without that genuine, even though I've got some friends in Dubai, there wasn't that like real, I guess, affection, connection, love, support that you have with kind of family members and stuff like that, or people that you've known for a long time, for example. So here I am again. This time I'm in Poland and I'm by myself. And it's interesting because now I'm more aware. I'm aware of what I need. I'm aware of like in tune with my physical body, my connection, my energy. And it's beautiful because this is the whole purpose. And the one thing that I'm very aware, and I teach this a lot as well, is that there are periods of your life and periods of the journey of success and wherever you're headed where you do have to spend more time with yourself. And that's why I always say the one most important thing to do is to have a positive relationship with your mind, with yourself, and to learn to enjoy your own company, which is something that many of us unfortunately have not been conditioned to do because we're so used to having these relationships and connections with others rather than having the relationship and connection with ourselves and establishing that more importantly, so that when we don't have the connections or where we are living in a bit of a solitude experience, that we're not afraid of ourselves. Because I mean, the question goes like, why would you want to be afraid of yourself, or why are you afraid of yourself? And obviously you think about it, it's a mental construct. Is it a fear? It's a fear of what? A fear of not being in a relationship, a fear of what? What are you afraid of? A fear that there's no one around? Like, what is it? Think about that. So interesting to really, really go deeper with this, but I understand my own awareness of how my mind works and how I feel about myself. And it's not necessarily that I'm afraid to be alone, because I'm not. It's that it's a human essence, conditioning. It's a human construct of who we are as emotional beings, that we do thrive off connection. And when you don't have that at all with anyone, then it does make life harder and you don't feel as good as you could, right? But again, remember what we don't want to overuse it. We don't want to abuse the human connection, because guess what? Then you become codependent. We don't want to be codependent. We don't want to be reliant on anything outside of ourselves to make us feel enough. But it's a part of the balance of your human experience, your human existence, of like going to the gym, having a balanced diet, exercising, gratitude, practicing self-love, doing some personal development, listening to podcasts. You're not doing that every second of the day. Much like the same thing that you're not supposed to be around people all the time. A little bit of connection, interaction, great. But you also have to exercise into your lifestyle, into your routine, a little bit of solitude, a little bit of experience where you are with yourself and you get comfortable with being yourself so that you can enjoy yourself. And then always the question begs, if I'm not comfortable with myself, if I'm not happy in my own company, if I can't enjoy my own company, then why would anybody else? You want to like yourself. You want to like, I always talk about self-love, but you want to like your own company. If you can't like your own company, which really more so is more about also the way that you think about yourself. Because if you don't think about yourself in a really positive way, uplifting way, encouraging way, well then why would somebody else get to enjoy your mind, how you are, if you can't enjoy it? So I think that is really, really powerful to think about and to process, that if you have never really experienced solitude, or you've never really taken the time to spend a little bit more time with yourself, you may be codependent, but at the same time, it's not a bad thing. It's just about, again, everything comes back to how you feel. It's not about me going, oh my gosh, you're codependent, you're in a relationship and you're just inseparable. That's beautiful. But do you feel anxious or go through different experiences of feeling like if you don't have that person, then you're not okay? Because if you think about that, like let's, for example, say this person is gone for the next week. How are you going to survive? Are you going to feel okay? How do you keep living your life without that person in your life? Or, you know what I mean? So I think it's really important to train your brain, really important to exercise your independence, enjoying your own company, knowing that you're okay. You are whole and complete all on your own. We're not emotionally attached to something that is outside of us to make us feel like we're safe. And many of us, again, because of lack of awareness and just how life has evolved, we went through experiences, relationships that we were so connected to that we actually relied on for our safety, for us to make us feel okay enough. So that's something that I just wanted to bring to your attention, because I also learnt this by living abroad, living in Dubai. I can't wait. Actually, I'm going back there quite soon as well. And these are the experiences that I'm taking myself through that are teaching me more about my self-awareness, more about my energetic state, more about the balance of life and what I thrive in, and a human connection, human experience, and finding that balance. I think this is the challenge that we all are facing with all the time in life, with your business, with your family, with lifestyle, style, with everything, that it's all about balance. And if you can master the balance in your life, in all areas of your life, I believe you'll master life. And I got to tell you, man, like the things that I have had to deal with in the last few days, like the shit that goes on behind the scenes, behind the Luke Mind Power podcast, behind business, behind coaching, behind everything that I manage, my content, family, friendships. Let me just say, it's a blessing to be alive. But it's okay to have problems. It's okay to have shit going on, and I have to laugh at it. Like I was genuinely having a conversation with my manager, and I was just like, man, how am I doing all of this? Like, how am I managing all of this? And I was like, but I can't complain. Like, look at the life I'm living. I can't complain. I'm like, problems are a sign of life. This is the shit that you have to go through. And it's not always shit. It's not always challenging, but I was actually coaching my group coaching clients the other day. And I was saying, I'm preparing you for the challenges up ahead. There are going to be things that happen out of nowhere. There's going to be experiences that you go through. You think that maybe things are getting better, and then all of a sudden something else happens, and then something else happens. And it's a continuous journey of like dealing with stuff all the time. So again, it does come down to having a positive mindset, and it's not always going to be perfect, but it's how we respond to things. And sometimes I know just being grateful for being here. I appreciate you guys so much, and I enjoy coming on, recording, speaking to you guys, connecting with you guys, taking you on this freaking journey with me. Because if you're tuning in right now, then you are on a journey of success, transformation, and stepping into your greatness better. So unlocking your greatness at our next live event in London. So I can't wait to see you guys there. Make sure that you get your tickets, because there is still an opportunity for you to get early bird pricing. So if you want tickets and you want to join us live in London at Unlock Your Greatness event, it's going to be freaking amazing. The event starts at 10 a.m. and goes to 6. And if you want to join us for a meet and greet, get some photos with myself and Esther, who's our amazing speaker and guest who's going to be there as well. Sarah Fati, she's going to be freaking powerful. She talks a lot about relationships. She's a relationship expert. Join us for our VIP after party. And I like to call that like a networking event as well, because you'll get to meet and mingle with a lot of like-minded people who are taking action, investing in themselves and becoming more successful. So make sure you get the VIP, not just the general admission ticket, but get the GA plus the VIP ticket so you can join us for the after party. And yeah, it is going to be in London on the 2nd of November. So make sure you get your tickets. The link is in the description below, or you can simply go onto my website and click on live events. Go to Luke Mind Power, type in Luke Mind Power. You'll find my website on Google and click on live events, and that'll take you to the event so you can get your tickets. But anyway, guys, thank you so much for joining me for this podcast episode. I appreciate you all so much. Make sure you share this with your friends and spread the good news. There's so much inspiration that I always post on my podcast that so many people can use. And I look forward to another episode, joining you guys and keeping you guys inspired, helping you become more aware of your own mindset and the relationship with yourself and living your dreams. And of course, I can't wait to see you guys in person at the Unlock Your Greatness event. And of course, remember, if you can't join us in person, make sure you get the virtual live stream ticket as well, because you can join us via live stream from the comfort of your home. Anyway, guys, I'm sending you so much love. Don't give up on yourself. Build that relationship with yourself so that you can enjoy your own company. And I will see you on the next episode. Let's go. See ya.